Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Fine. Good morning from Nigeria.
Good morning. Well, it is still morning. No, it's 12:04, so it's 4 minutes past morning here.
Yeah, this is still very early, like midnight for us here. And my
Yeah, okay.
apologies. My apologies for other days that I missed. Because
That's okay.
when you informed me that you are in Australia, and the time that I message you is usually the time you leave office. So I realized that, okay, let me check the time and know the time I'm
Yep.
going to set for the meeting.
Mhm.
So that is why I scheduled it by this time. So
No problem.
apologies for all the mistakes.
That's okay.
So
It's all fun.
I want to start by telling you that I've gone through the videos in the OSS website about
Hmm.
the research. You are mostly talking about all our Lyra's stars.
Yep.
So I've gone through the demonstrations you gave there, and I find them quite interesting. So, but I want to go through them again. I want to go through them again,
Hmm.
but this time I want you to give me a topic because I heard you say that you are going to provide me with a topic to research upon, so that if I'm going through the videos again, I will be working the topic you gave to me. So,
Hmm.
and by the way, I have about my organization won about 100 hours of telescope time on the LCO telescope network. So I'm going to be using that time for the research. So so how do we get started?
Welcome.
Sorry for the interruption. It
It's okay.
was it was a network disconnection. So
Hmm.
all right. I hope you heard the things I said last. Like where did you?
Last thing, uh, the last thing I think you said was you're going to go through you've got 100 hours to use for the research course, and you're going to go through it with a topic.
Okay, yes, exactly. That's where I
Yeah.
stopped. That's where I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I saw a an Excel that contains I think several
Hmm.
stars that you said that we are going to
Oh,
be
yeah. Yeah.
researching upon.
Yeah.
So let's start from there. I want to choose a topic, then we run with that.
Uh, well, I mean, you can pick from that list. I haven't had a look at that list for a little while. I'm just opening it up. I mean, are you interested in RLRA? Is that what you want to look at?
Okay, do you know what I want? Look at what I want to do right here. I want to carry
Yeah.
out a research like astrometry, which
Yep.
is about studying the position and the motion of these celestial objects. I want a very simple research that will not choke my audience. Okay,
Hmm.
and so I want it. I have been reading several papers from the LCO website. Um,
Yep.
so and I love those papers. Like they are so simple. Okay, one of them is on measuring. I think they were talking about double stars, measuring their
Hmm.
position, and their motion. So, like that's simple.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
so I don't know if you have other simpler topics, but if there is none, I'll go with the Lorry star.
Well, there's a few of the other LCO partners who do a lot of double star things. I don't do them directly. So,
Okay.
have you spoken to some of the others?
Yes,
There's.
I've spoken with a couple of them.
Mhm.
Freed from the
Oh,
USA.
yeah, Rachel.
Yes, yes.
Rachel.
So
Yeah.
I have exchanged emails with her, and maybe she sent me an email after our meeting yesterday, but I'm yet to digest what she sent in the content she
Hmm.
sent there. So But I'm also interested in your own because I think your materials are there for everyone to go and
Yeah.
see and
Mm-hmm.
use. So I think I'll
Yep.
prefer to work with you. So I'm
Yep.
going to work in maybe a Lara Star, maybe.
Yep. Uh, and the other thing is, are you a teacher and have some students? Is that your situation or?
Okay, look at how I run my astronomy education here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher in a secondary school here in Nigeria. I studied
Mm-hmm.
physics and astronomy. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
employed here as a physics teacher. But
Yep.
in my free time after school, I connect with colleagues across Africa
Yep.
online. I teach them about how to hunt for asteroids. So we have been doing that
Yep.
for 2 years now, since
Yep.
2020. So
Mm-hmm.
that is how I have engaged with university teachers. Like in my group right now, I have mostly university teachers and students.
Yep.
Then a few
Mm-hmm.
of them from secondary school, then
Yep.
others from space agency. So and some of these teachers they don't have materials for astronomy
Mm-hmm.
so much, and some of these university physics departments they love astronomy, but they don't have telescope to conduct
Mm-hmm.
research. So LCO is the best option for them. So I would
Yep.
like to exchange this information with them when I have acquired the skills.
Right. Well, we can pick a topic for the RL course, but there's another thing that we've been working on, which is related to LCO, which is we're going to get groups of students around the world to hunt for some variable stars as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which
Hunt
is,
for
might be a
hunt
topic.
for variable stars.
Yeah.
Okay, is it like a citizen science project?
Well, it's using real telescopes that have quite wide field of views, and it's using the photon range telescopes of LCO, which you can use directly across the internet.
Okay.
So,
Does that lead to publications like scientific?
yeah, yeah, should do.
Like, what's the time? Like, how much time will they spend from start to finish?
But people who are doing it,
Yeah, people that are doing it.
or like, are you talking like how much hours or how many
Like,
weeks or months?
yeah, like weeks or months.
Uh, got a very project's probably a longer one than the RLRA project.
Oh,
So it's meant to be over a few months, but not full time, just meeting once every now and then outside of outside of school and stuff.
okay. Do you know what? I am going to convey that to them. I'm going to convey that to them. And maybe I have to go through it first, then
Hmm.
I'll take it to them. But for now, I have been discussing about research publication,
Yeah.
like so they are already getting ready for this. And I told them I'm going to
Yes.
make some educational content that will make the research easier for them. So I think they are expecting this.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
as I'm doing this, I'll be working on what you just introduced to me now. So I'll
Yeah.
introduce it to them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll send you some stuff, and you can have a look at it
Okay.
about that variable star thing. So for the RLIRA project, so did you want to pick a star to research? Is that
Yeah, I want to I
the
want to
main
pick
thing?
a start. Then maybe today I will schedule it on the observatory.
Okay.
Then, as the data is pouring in, I can be doing literature review.
Okay. I'm just pulling up the object list. Do you know where the object list is? The list of target objects?
Okay. After you picked, oh, I can't remember exactly, but um, you were explaining. I have a couple of questions. A couple
Okay.
of questions, like um, when you were scheduling that star, I've forgotten the name of that alarm star that you're scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
You first of all chose 12 seconds, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you were using this Aladdin to to process it, so kind of want to know the amount of photons that you have gathered, you discover that it
Yeah.
was much, like it filled the bucket and started to overflow. So you made some calculations, which later yielded
Mm-hmm.
3 seconds, 2 seconds for the different
Yeah.
filters. So, and I
Yeah.
was like, why taking all this time to do that? Why not use the calculator, the exposure time calculator on the LTO website to make your work easier? So why didn't you use that?
Uh, because it's usually better to see the what what you actually get. So the exposure time calculator is always a bit approximate uh, for
Okay,
whatever target you might be looking at. So it's best just to check on the actual images that come back
okay,
uh, what you typically get. Because otherwise you might request like 10 hours of observations and they're all either too bright or too dim because the exposure calculator wasn't quite right. But if you measure it from the actual set of images, then you can
okay. So
get it
I
about
should do
right.
the same thing if I'm conducting the research.
Yeah.
So I will use a rough estimate, then I'll do the calculation and come back to the real one. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, I'll do that. But please, I want to plead. Um, the videos are so many, and it consumed a lot of my data subscription. So I'm asking if you have something like YouTube where you uploaded the videos, I can just easily download them and be going through them because they are not something I can just watch once. I need to be watching them repeatedly and to
Uh-huh.
get some clarification on some parts. So I don't know if you have like YouTube or a separate place where you uploaded the videos where someone can just download them for future
Uh,
reference.
yeah, you should be able to download them from Vimeo. I'll check that you can. I
Okay,
mean, you should be
great.
able to. Yeah.
Okay, please do because I would
Let
like to
let
download them.
Okay. I'll just make a note and I'll do that after the call and send you through the link. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
So have you found where you kept the Excel?
Uh, yeah. So I mean, it's that spreadsheet there.
Sorry once again for the disconnection. I don't know. All right, I've opened the file.
Mm-hmm.
I've opened the file. So
So those are a list of sort of the nearby. Uh, if you There's a few tabs. Um, so I think use this one. This one that says use this one is the one that's the latest one. Yeah, and I can see you looking. Uh, and people who try different objects put their names next to them. And I mean,
okay,
sometimes people don't actually finish what they started. So some of them
okay,
uh, can be people started and then didn't finish. Although uh, you can check with me, but there are other like not in the night sky. That's not relevant because that's depending on what time of the year it is.
okay.
So then you have some here that say done. So number 14 is done.
CD Vel.
Yeah.
So the person
So
conducted the
someone's
research.
yeah. Yes. So someone has gone and studied that star. Uh, so yeah. So some of these blank ones. So this first one, for instance,
Okay,
AB Uma is a RLRA star. So I mean, they're all different. stars and you don't really know what you're going to get ahead of time, so you can't really predict what's going to happen. That's part of research. It's
Okay.
be the same with double stars as well, but RLRA are a bit more exciting. So I mean the first thing to do if you let me do this. So can you see my screen?
Okay. Wait. Wait.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I'm seeing the screen, but
Yep.
it's. I need to maximize it. Just a moment. Let me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the screen now.
Okay. So there's no good or bad reason to pick one star over another. I think that one's done. So let me just put that in. So if we go look at AB UMA, I mean the most important thing if you're going to research something now is to see if it's in the sky. So if I go to, I'm recording this so you can come and look at it later on.
Oh, okay.
If you go to observe.lco.global, and this is where you submit your observation requests.
Okay.
I've forgotten what it's called already. AB UMA. So let's put some stuff in here. Doesn't really matter at the moment. What we're going to do is just put some values in so we can have a look at the visibility. So
Okay.
AB. So if we type the name in there, it should pick up
The
the
coordinate.
star coordinates here, right? Yeah. Ooh, looks like there's 223 frames there already. That's kind of cool. But if we come down here and we have the window,
No,
set the
no,
window.
no visibility.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it at the moment. I was going to set it for a week. Yeah, there's a quirk in LCO where the semester changes on the 1st of August. And so I just have to start at the 1st of August here. All right. Target is never visible in the time window. Okay, let's try something else. I'm just going to pick a random one,
Okay.
like RLRA, the actual RLRA is an actual star itself. So,
It's an actual star
uh,
itself.
yeah, the first of the type of star called RLRA is called RLRA. You'll
Okay.
find, and there's Delta Scuti stars, and the first one of those Delta Scuti. So there's all these types of Delta Scuti stars, but the
Okay.
first one was called Delta Scuti. Same with SXV stars, which is another pulsating star. The first one was SXV. So there's a lot of variable stars that are named after the first object. So if we were doing RLRA, we can see, oh, yep, it's pretty, the
Visible.
visibility is pretty good. Yeah. And when you have these kind of upside down humps, that means it's usually visible for a lot of the night. Sometimes you might just get a streak where
Okay.
it's visible just at the start or just at the end. But if you get these nice humps, that means it's in the east and then it rises and then it sets in the west. So it means it's in the sky for a fairly long time. I know M31, which is a galaxy, is only available at one side of the night. So let's have a look what that looks like. So for things that are just up, like at the start or the end of the night, you just get mainly a line.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So M31 rises later in the evening. So you only get the first little bit and then it's daytime
Okay.
by the time it gets high. So looking for a star that has a visibility that has a kind of a hump, is the first thing to do. So if you go through, I mean, that's the first criteria. And then, I'm just picking another object. Is that what it was? AB Boo? AE Boo. AE Boo. Okay. So yeah, that one's a bit streaky as well. So that's the first thing to consider, because whatever you want to do research on, it's got to be in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think on the Moodle site there's a lot of stuff about how to look up an object. So which one did we pick? I'll just use RLRA as an example. So we've got RLRA, that's in a good spot.
Okay.
Then there's a lot of material on the website. Where is it? Let me open that up. Oh, I'm gonna use my Zoom thing. So Simbad, have you used Simbad before?
Yes, I've used it before.
Yeah. So if you look up, I'm going to look up AB Boo, because RLIRA will have a million articles on it. Ooh, it's AE, not AB. Sorry. So once you have an object, and I'm just saying this, I'm just picking this at random. It's not a good
Okay.
object at the moment.
Okay.
But once you get a good object, have a look up in Simbad, and then you can have a look at all the articles that might have been written about it.
Okay, I will download them.
Well, maybe not all of them. I mean, there's 60 something of them, and a lot of the times the articles are not relevant. Like the star just happens to be in the article because it's in a big catalog of other stars. Perhaps.
Okay. So I will
Yeah,
just
so it may have
carefully search for the ones that are relevant.
Yeah, they look
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
Which will only be a small few, and maybe sometimes none of these will be actually very interesting. Like part of the reason that this is a good research topic is because most of these stars, and I'm scanning through and I can't see it, most of the stars really don't have really good light curves measured in multiple different colors. And so you can look at them and then publish the results. I'll just get some JAVSO. So there's always articles of people who've done this RLRA stuff turning up in the AAVSO journal.
Okay.
So if I go most recent volume, see if I can. Yeah. Oh, well, the top article here is about RLRA star SW and I know these people used the course material and they published an article there. So you can produce papers out of looking at the single RLRA. So here's the graphs, pretty cute. So yeah. So yeah, I'd go through the target list and pick a target that's up in the sky. At the moment, you could send it to me and go, "Oh, is this a good target?"
Okay. Before, so you can confirm it too.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to check it out just to make sure, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, send it past me as well.
I will check. them. So I've gotten a head start on where to start today, because for the past week I finished the videos last week, so I was curious to know what else I'm going to do now. So, but
Yeah.
I'm so happy for this meeting. So
No
today
worries.
I'm going to check all the stars to know which of them is visible, and then
Yeah.
I will send you a message on Slack.
Okay, and I'll have a look.
Okay. All right.
Excellent.
All right.
Great.
All right. Remember the videos, because I would like to download them.
Yeah. I'll send it through soon.
Okay.
Excellent. Nice to meet you.
All right. Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for your help. Appreciate
No
it.
worries. I'll
All
talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.
All right. Okay.
Recording stop.